Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. Today we have a ton of stuff to cover. It's going to be an interesting little update regarding all the most important crypto news out there. But first, guys, make sure you press that like button, and if you enjoy crypto, you already know you're going to look up more about crypto stuff. Make sure you just quickly press that little subscribe button, smash it, because, well, you might want to be notified every single time something comes out. First of all, Ripple just shared this. RippleNet surged in 2021, but is primed for even more explosive growth in 2022. With 20 plus countries accessible for ODL customers' payment needs and international volume up 25 times since the Q3 of last year, the crypto native future is looking bright. And what I keep sharing about this, guys, it is extremely important you all understand. What I keep sharing about this is the fact that Ripple is progressing so much in the background. We keep reading about the lawsuit, and now even very important players like Lark Davis are talking about it. Think about it for yourself for a little bit right now, guys. Think about it. Ripple is progressing like crazy. The XRP price is literally one of the most undervalued cryptos by market cap and price. Purely from that perspective that the price went down drastically when the lawsuit kicked in, XRP never reached the new all-time high that Bitcoin, Ether, and all those other coins did. And so honestly, with my goal of like $12 and so, I'm still being very conservative because all-time high is like a minimum that it would have gotten to had there not been a lawsuit. I think maybe even $5, maybe even more. But then there's also the multiplier of it being the first properly regulated crypto in the US, plus the fact that they've also surged quite drastically in activity throughout these last couple of months. Guys, this crypto, I think, is going to be insane. Now, another thing to remember for yourself a little bit is, I believe, right here. Let's quickly check this out where exactly it was. Right here. Hassan shared this. As the SEC and Ripple begin to discuss a final settlement, XP holders should remember Brad Garlinghouse has repeatedly stated that any settlement that does not include XRP clarity is meaningless. So he has no source to say that there's actually a settlement being in this final stage right now. So a big thumbs down for kind of shouting that nonsense, so to speak, because he has no source about that. It's not the truth as far as I know. The only thing that I do know for a fact is indeed, if we do get some sort of conclusion, it'll either be Ripple full on losing or XRP being a properly regulated crypto. And I see that chance as being extremely high, which is of course also why we're investing into it. And now let's continue on with Lark. So Lark is a very famous YouTuber, very famous on Twitter, just very well known in the crypto space, one of the top guys at the top of the top. He says, here's my top crypto Bitcoin predictions for 2022. And if we scroll down a little bit, you can see one of the interesting things. In 2022, he thinks XRP will win its court case versus the SEC, and the SEC is a schoolyard bully, but at this point, and is doing anything but protecting investors, the Ripple victory would be a net positive for the industry. Basically meaning the rest of what he says doesn't really matter, except for the fact that he thinks XRP is going to win, which would be a really bullish and really amazing thing for crypto. Then again, I've also noticed and noted a couple of times before that most influencers right now are changing the beds. I've noticed quite a couple of guys here over in Dubai as well change their minds a little bit, because think about it, guys. Think about it. It is extremely hard for any person to say, nah, XRP is not going to win, and to also claim that Bitcoin and Ethereum will actually be really successful in the near future. Because if XRP is going down, oh boy, is it going to be a negative time for crypto? And oh boy, will we be scared for what's going to happen to coins like ADA, Ethereum, and potentially even Bitcoin eventually, because some people even said that that crypto is not good or whatnot. And to kind of go on with that little story, I've been reading up quite a lot about some areas of the world not being so happy with crypto. We saw China ban it. We've seen some talks over India banning it. But now I'm also hearing that Russia's central bank is in talks to ban crypto investments, which is funny because it's quite a contradictory statement. We've seen multiple different places around the world, like the Bank of England, warning that Bitcoin could become worthless, and other places around the world, like the US, even here the Fed, says that cryptocurrencies are unlikely to disrupt the financial markets, basically saying, we're not too afraid of it. Yet, I keep thinking about it, right? If you're not afraid of it, then why ban it? And that's the fun part about the contrast it gets around the world. Another fun part which you can think about is, of course, the connection between it not really being that disruptive, but then again, a lot of other members from the exact same area like senators and whatnot saying, no, it's quite disruptive, and logically them being scared, which is why they're actually suing some crypto companies out there as well from some perspective. But at the end of the day, I also wonder, if you don't think it will be that disruptive, but you do want to tax it, and you do think it'll get bigger because that's just logical common sense, and it's a multi-trillion-dollar industry, don't you think they would have actually made some just simple regulations then instead of thinking about it for freaking years? Because the way I'm thinking about it right now is because they know it'll be very disruptive. They're taking their time to make regulations because they cannot afford to make a mistake. They cannot afford to set some ground rules that eventually have to be overridden because it's such a big deal, right? Every single decision they make will have impact on trillions of dollars because right now a lot of people have their money in crypto and they are not really giving up the proper tax or something along those lines maybe. They want to make sure that they get every single thing in one swoop so that every person who acted badly ever in crypto is going to get some very heavy repercussions because at the end of the day, they want tax money. I don't think there's anything else really that they're waiting for. So to kind of disassociate ourselves with that little section, I guess all we can now focus on is just what type of adoption is pulling through. I just saw Melania Trump is releasing her own NFT line showing, man, this crypto is really going a lot further than just the computer nerds and whatnot, huh? It's really freaking everywhere. I'm seeing so many famous people go into NFTs. And regarding NFTs, I actually think it's a bad thing. I've covered that a couple of times before in the past already, that I think there's actually quite a lot of issues in regards to it. I mean, honestly, it's clouding up the crypto space so much and everywhere. I'm like, is this real? Even now, Melania, is this real news or is this fake? I would have to check her Twitter and check a couple of different places properly to know whether or not she's actually launching an NFT line or if it's somebody pretending so they can make some quick money off of me. And I'm literally too lazy to do that. So as of this point, honestly don't care if she is or not because I'm not going to be buying it. But even if she is, are you guys understanding my drift there? That it's like getting annoying? But that's again showing some signs of progression. And it's also showing some signs of the fact that the SEC and just the US in general should get some proper rules in place, because I honestly think as well that we shouldn't be able to basically advertise with a lot of the crypto stuff in the way that is allowed for, or isn't allowed, I should say, for traditional investments, in the sense that crypto investments are kind of too easy right now with the rules. I think they should be a little bit sharper, even though I am, of course, for crypto to the fullest and freedom in that sense, but I just don't want people to get hurt off of things which are not true. Having said that, one thing I do like, and I keep telling you guys about, is Bybit and the leverage trading regarding thing. A lot of you guys say, man, leverage trading is really bad. It's risky, yada, yada, yada. I understand. Hear me out, though. Right now, there are $4,100 worth of bonuses that you can get. I've been using this exchange for a very long time. I know all the people in there, so I know how it works in the sense, and I know it's real stuff. It's a good exchange in that sense. What I mean is, literally, guys, if you get yourself some of these bonuses and trade with that, or with that in the back of your head, you know how much money you can make purely off of money that is not yours? Because if you trade with these bonuses, $3,000, $4,000, you can trade times 50. And even if you don't win, you didn't lose, you lost your bonus. But better, what if you win? That money could literally be quintupled in that sense. I'm like, what in the world? Why? It's so worth it to check these exchanges out. So once more, a link down below for Bybit. Make sure you check it out. And then also, historically accurate momentum indicator hints a possible Bitcoin breakout ahead. I want to talk about that a little bit later today, about my predictions, my thought processes and whatnot, guys, as I have quite a lot that I want to share in that regard. There's just so much bullish stuff I need to share about this, man. I'm always so excited about it. But then, having said that, I'm also not exactly sure if this is the stuff that you guys are into on this channel. I think so. But let me know in the comment section. Would you like to see more about some of these predictions and some of these ideas of crypto in the near future? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below, all right? All right, but to continue on, guys, I just read this. Solana records over $5.5 billion inflows in a day, following a very turbulent week. And I keep sharing this over on my channel. Solana bounces back every single time there's a huge amount of FUD. So honestly speaking, guys, if we see heavy FUD about proof of history, like Jimmy says right here, right now there's crickets. Not used to no haters. Give me DOS FUD, please. Every single time we see some FUD about this proof of history, it seems to bounce back right afterwards. And that's why we actually caught the Solana dip just a little while ago here, which was amazing. But let me keep sharing with you guys every single time Solana does this, because we're finding a little bit of a pattern. I also noticed I have a couple other tweets from a digital asset investor. Never forget, after 8 years of XRP being openly traded worldwide, Jay Clayton filed a lawsuit against Ripple 2 days before Christmas. I think 3. This was done after Joseph Grunfeld warned him how it would hurt innocent XRP investors to the tune of billions of dollars. Karma is a bee. It's the truth. It is. And now, also, I just saw this basically spread everywhere throughout the interwebs. Patrick Bet-David shared, lots was discussed on the XP lawsuit with the SEC. Thoughts on what John Deaton had to say? Well, check this out here. Digital Asset Investor also shared, they are stunned. John Deaton is hitting the grand slam in the bottom of the 9th of the World Series on Patrick Bet-David's podcast. I think this podcast is going to change everything and go down in history. Retweet everywhere. But basically, when checking it out, it's pretty cool stuff. You know, I definitely recommend you guys to check it out. You can see why it's got 4,000 likes. I'm not going to play this clip because I don't know exactly how copyright laws work in that sense with all of this stuff, so I'm not going to attempt it. It's somebody else's content, but I do recommend you guys to just quickly check it out. Again, I'm not really sure how fair use works with some of these companies and podcast guys. Once more, I'm telling you guys, I'm going to retweet it here. So you can check it out over on my Twitter. My Twitter is TheDustyBC. So once more, just go ahead and check it out right there. You will enjoy it. John Deaton is a freaking beast. Let's quickly see. I think we covered all our pieces for today. You know, guys, I'm going to try and attempt again to put freaking... Oh, we actually got this as well. Breaking. Fed leaves interest rate unchanged. Is the recording fine? Did the recording stop? Not sure about that. I would say it's crazy how many Fed announcements are coming out just recently, huh? It's pretty crazy if you ask me. Let's see. I think the rest of it we all had covered, yeah. All right, guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today.